Gotta relax.
This is Earth Radio. And now here's human music.
Human music. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. Gotta relax.
This is Earth Radio. And now here's human music.
Human music. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it.
Hello, 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 hello. Hello, friends, family, ladies, gentlemen, gentlefish, all the peeps, our bees, lovely Lizzie Bell, beautiful Tia. We're here on Saturday, day 2 of Drawtober, feeling a little tired and a little somber after the alcohol and revelry of the night before. So we have, in fact, stolen our happiness from yesterday, which is what we usually do when we drink. But the show must go on, and so it will. We are doing day 2 of Drawtober. I'm going to show you guys what we've done for Tatuba, something. So, this is what we did yesterday. Anybody who joined us for drinks will have seen me doing this. This is day 1, which was Angel. And this is day 2, which is Bug. So we've done both of those. I'm going to lift these up a little so you can see them a little better. See some of the detail in there. Ooh, ooh, ooh. So these are tattooed onto silicone skin. Yeah, the Bug turned out really well. Very happy with that. So these are on silicone skin. And as you can see, they go all the way through. They have been tattooed properly. And if I stretch, you can see that the image stretches with it. So these have actually been properly laid in, which is good. So those are the first 2 done. They are going to be up on my Instagram. One of them's already up on my Instagram. The other one's going up on my Instagram after I finish this. This is day 2 of Drawtober. I have just put some ink on here. Oh yeah, yesterday's Drawtober is probably a good thing to look at for some people who have missed it. This is yesterday's Drawtober, which was a Norring. Beautiful orange. Now that I've just covered this page in ink smudges, I don't know if I want to use it. Choices. I don't know, I don't mind it. We'll maybe play around it. Today's prompt is mushroom. Bit of mush. I'll have to double check actually. Is it mushroom or mushrooms? Downloads. I think it's this first one, and it is mushroom singular. So realistically, I could probably do either, and I think I will do multiple mushrooms, but I'm not sure exactly what kind of mushroom I want to do yet. So we're going to work that out, and then we're going to get started on something. I think we're going to do something pretty similar to what we did yesterday, where we do a combination of pencil and ink, and then marker and colored pencils, as a way of getting some detail in, as well as vibrancy of color, because I liked how that turned out last time. Oh, tea is amazing. More tea is needed in the world, I think. It might just be because I'm, British heritage. So it is, what, 3:50 now? Do we need to go to the shops at some point today?
We can do it tomorrow.
Okay.
Unless you particularly want something for tonight.
What are we having for dinner?
I don't know.
That's a good question.
I don't know what we've got.
I think we've got a bunch of leftovers. We can have some leftovers.
Yeah, I've got leftovers.
Yeah. Peek into the life of me and Lizzie Bell. Yeah. I think Cognitive Bard wants to play some games at some point. I don't particularly remember that as a conversation, but I don't remember most of my conversations, so...
Games sound good.
Games sound great. I'm super keen. There's a game that I kickstarted called Book of Travels. Lizzie Bell actually sent it to me originally, and I saw an ad for it like a couple of days before she sent it to me. But I was like, I don't know how I feel about that. And then she sent it to me and was like, this looks really cool. And I'm like, you know what? Yeah, it does. I looked at this before, and now looking at it again more seriously, this actually does seem right up my alley. And it's one of those, like, chill, slightly side-scrolly, like, explore adventure games that, like, focuses on social interactions and focuses on, the world rather than, like, you know, go and fight thing. And I think there's not enough of those these days that aren't just like, you know, 5-minute made point and click games. Because there's a lot of explore games that are just like point and click recycled things. Where the art style is very nice, but the actual game itself is pretty lacking. Whereas this has like a whole system around it of like, you know, lore behind it, and then like, it's got a spell system, it's got a food system, it's got gambling, it's got battle mechanics, but like there are diplomatic responses that you can use to like avoid particular combat scenarios and things like that. I think that's just really good like idea in games that has been lacking of late, of having like a variable option for various different scenarios that are engaged in the world. So I'm super excited to play that. Unfortunately, I won't be able to stream it until the 11th, I believe, or the 12th. There is a press embargo on it, and as I make money from my Twitch now, I am technically counted as press. Hey. So essentially what that means is I can't stream or review any of the content until it gets officially released by the company that's making it, which is Might and something. Let me just bring this up and check so I actually know what I'm talking about. Gmail. Boop. So the game is called Book of Travels. It's a serene online RPG, so it is a multiplayer thing. It's made by Might and Delight, is the gaming company that made it, and it's just super pretty. Like, it's very much my aesthetic and my art style. It's a little more cartoony, in a very particular sort of way than what I make. But it's an aesthetic that very much calls to me as an artist, and I love the design of it. I would happily make more art in that style. I just have not at the moment. But I do have plans in the future to make things that are more akin to that style of working. So if you Google them and you see that you like that kind of art style, do let me know, because I will be more encouraged to make some of that style of art quicker. Alright, we're going a little ambitious with this. We're going to make more of a mushroom scene. Like a set of mushrooms rather than just like one mushroom. Having made my first Drawtober piece yesterday, and then seeing all of my artist friends, artist acquaintances, fellow streamers making amazing art and putting in like literally hours and hours and hours, I was like, oh, this orange is not up to snuff.
You don't have to.
I know, and I loved my orange when I made it, because I was like, yeah, this looks really good, and it's like a 40-minute sketch. We did it really, really quick, and it looked really good, and I was very happy with it. And then all the other people that I was looking at were spending like 4+ hours on their piece, and it is entirely apples to oranges comparison, because a 4-hour piece versus a 40-minute sketch, very different subject matters as well. Like, I shouldn't really, but like I can't help but have that twinge of like I should have tried a little harder. So today we're going for effort plus lack of time. So I'm going to try and speed through this as much as possible whilst also making it look awesome. Which is really what I should be trying to do with all my pieces. But words are hard. I have a command for that, but I'm busy drawing, so.
What is the command?
Exclamation mark words. Words are hard.
I love it.
That's for all the people out there who, like, struggle with words, struggle with their cognition, struggle with their, like, getting words out kind of thing. Just to be like, hey, look, you know, don't feel bad about it. Words are hard for everybody.
I struggle with getting words in.
Yeah, that's another one. All valid. All of that is valid. Alright, let's rub... Okay, so this is what we've got so far. I'm going to show... let's actually just move the camera. There we go. This is what we got so far. So we've got a nice little cluster of a few different types of mushroom. So we're going to have these cute little white ones down here. We're going to have some multicolored, like, fancy caps here. And then we've got these, like, oyster-style mushrooms around the sides. Yeah. So it's going to be a nice little thing altogether. What I think I'm going to do is just rub out the lead pencil, because we had some problem with that last time once we put the marker in. So I'm gonna fade everything down, and then I'm gonna put ink on over the top. It's gonna be your favorite artwork this month. Maybe.
One of.
Definitely one of. I'll have to look at... I think this is probably going to be one of my favorites as well. We're going to have to look at the other prompts, just so we can get a look at what some other, like, really nice ones are going to be. I have just realized that streaming this much for short periods of time at random times of the day, rather than having a unified schedule, is going to hurt me for the next month for my viewership, because my average viewers is going to go very sharply down. I don't actually mind, but for the next month, it's gonna really hurt my viewership. Just fun. I'm not here for viewer counts. I'm not here to, like, you know, have the thing. You'll make a point of showing up. Oh, thanks, Lizzie. You're the best. And the other thing that will happen is eventually we'll get to the point where we're working our way to partner. But I think I need 70 average viewers for that. Or 75, and I am nowhere near that, so it's not going to happen anytime soon. Let's just rub some of this out a little. I don't want to rub too much of it out. I just want to fade some of this so that when I go over it with a pen, it's easy to rub it afterwards. All right, so you can see I've taken some of the edge off those. And now we go back in with our pencil. Nope, with our pen. Who am I? What's going on? If you are confused about who I am, and you are watching the stream at some point, everybody who is in the stream knows me currently, so it doesn't really matter. But if you're watching the VOD and you do catch my stream later, you can type !who into the chat, and it will give you a little spiel about me. I think Lizzie Bell is doing that right now. Here we go. Yeah, so just give you a little bit of information about me. Nothing too fancy. Fancy. But if you are watching on the VOD, ugh, it is definitely a Saturday after we've been drinking. If you are watching this on the VOD, we do have a suggestion box down below, and you are welcome to PM me about things at any point in time, to make suggestions, to ask questions, to leave your support and love. If you have any for the artworks that I've made or the things that we're doing. If you would like to see anything particular, please do just let me know. I'm pretty open to suggestion on pretty well all of my things. I'm happy to try out games if you think I would enjoy them or if you particularly want to see them. I'm happy to try out different art styles or do different subject matter if you want to particularly see something. I am trained in quite a few different art styles, so if you really want to see something or learn something, can't say I'll be the best teacher at it, but I will give it a red hot go. I am trained as a teacher, so, you know, I can do the educating thing. I am willing to do so. We will be eventually doing subscriber art tutorials and subscriber like draw along, paint along days. Once everything gets a little more established and we've got a lot more people in the community, that's when I'll start doing things like that, and then it'll probably just be on request. Or when, you know, a special event or occasion comes up or something. We're going to figure out exactly how that will work out. It'll probably be subscriber-only stuff, or it'll be like, you know, donation-based to support it. Just because, you know, that is actually my job. I'm an artist and an art teacher, an arterer. So I would like to get paid for doing that. If we make it subscriber only, then I'm sort of already being paid for it, so I'm happy to do it that way. If non-subscribers would like to do it, we might do it by a donation basis, at which point it would just be like, you know, you donate what you think is reasonable for the time we both put in. Because you'll have to put some work into making the art look good as well. And also, you know, materials cost things and stuff. Usually these types of you know, tutorial things where you paint along with someone, they tend to provide the materials, and I wouldn't be able to provide the materials for all of you guys. I would give you a list of things you would have to go out and get yourself, so that would bring the cost down pretty heavily. And at that point, I would only expect little bits of mayonnaise. Why are you flipping out? Camera, chill, calm your phone. You happy? Yeah, cool. Cameras, man, so finicky. Don't know why we bother with them.
Because you didn't stream otherwise.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's a thing. That is definitely a thing. So I made these rounder in the original, but I think I like these kind of like little knobbly cap deal. I don't know, I just think it looks cute. And that's sort of what we're going for. We're going for a cutesy mushroom vibe. I had a few different ideas of what I could do for this, and I might actually do a couple of pieces if I'm not too burnt out tonight. I might just draw some extras, and we'll put them up on stream and on the Instagram next time, because there's a few different options there. If you haven't gone onto my Instagram, I don't think there's enough people in chat at the moment. Thank you, Lizzie Bell, my lovely wife and mod. Yeah, so my art stuff is there. All of my Inktober prompts and artworks will be going up on there. All of the tattoo ones, or the Drawtober stuff, will be up there as well. And we're sort of currently working on trying to fill that out with some more interesting art. So there will be a lot more stuff going up there in the coming weeks. I'm going to try and have some of my old art going up there as well, so it's not just the Drawtober stuff. Just because I think it gets a little cluttered with like Drawtober stuff, and then you know, you guys don't get to see what I usually do as well. So we're going to try and add a little bit more of that in as a plan. I hope everybody is having a wonderful day, / night, / morning, / evening, / whatever it is for you, wherever you happen to be in the world. Oh, that's looking really good. I like that. I like that. Hey, hey, hey. Pretty. Gosh darn pretty. Do I want to scratch in the shading detail down the bottom? I don't think I do. I think I want to rub out all of my pencil lines here. I'm just going to put in the ones for the oysters. Just a faint, if I can get it to faint. There we go. It's the only problem with this pen. I love these pens. They're, what are they called? These are the Inkjoy Papermates. They're quite cheap, and they have a really nice ink flow. They're super like gel ink type pens. So they're not very scratchy. They're not very they're not too aggressive. But every now and then they clog up, and it becomes a pain in the ass to use them then. They also have a tendency to smudge when they're not dry. So you sort of do have to like wait for them to dry before you can start like rubbing shit out. But they do leave a quite nice they do leave a quite nice line when you draw with them, and they're very smooth to draw with, so you're not sitting there sort of trying to scratch out detail. And if you draw them with a quite fine touch, as you would with a pencil, you get a fine line as well. Which in your race is a bit of a trip. Doing that when it just like swaps back and forth. Yeah. I don't know why it does that. I think it's the rapid movement. I think it thinks, and because my table's wobbling, I think it thinks that like the whole everything is moving. And so it kind of freaks out for a second. It's going to give people a seizure, I think. I should get a better setup. I should really, what I should do is erase away from the camera, so that it doesn't freak out like that every 5 seconds. Alright, we're now onto our markers. I haven't decided what colors I want to do for these. I think I want these mushrooms to be like an interesting bluey purple cap. And our oysters are going to be like a vibrant orange. Just to kind of balance. And then underneath is going to be like a wood pattern almost underneath, which is what all that shading was that I was doing. So we might work from small to large, I think. So we'll start with these little white caps, and then we'll work to our oyster mushrooms, and then we'll work to our big blue and purples. So we want a nice sort of grey, light grey in here, I think, for these. Nothing too dark, but just enough to like differentiate colour. Yeah, that's pretty. This is one of the other issues with working with markers, especially these markers. These are alcohol based, which means all of that line work I just did, if I'm not careful, I'm going to smudge it all. Which would be kind of silly, but unfortunately, this is what we've got, the tools we've got to work with, so we're going to work with them. Just to one side. Hey, it's looking really good. So I can show you those little tiny adorable mushrooms. Oh my gosh. Love them.
So cute.
Yes, definitely the mushrooms being cute.
It might also be you. Is it a dog?
Might be. Might be. Alright, our oysters. We want orange. I actually probably want a paler orange, but I'm not sure what pale orange I want to go with, so we're gonna kind of ruin the page a little by... Oh, actually, that's not a bad one to start with. Hey! Look at me, just picking and knowing. It's almost like I'm an artist or something. And that's a great yellow! Ah! 2 for 2, let's see if we can go with the last one. I don't think I want the peach, because I think that'll be too dark. Let's go with the flesh color. Oh, I don't know. Let's try the pink. Because we'll try and balance that. No, that's too bright. I think it is the flesh color. I think I was right the first time. Why do I doubt myself? Very silly. Alright, let's start with our orange. So we're going to go from the midpoint here. We want to just lay in some orange lines. Oh! Apologies, ladies and gentlemen. A little gassy. I'm often very gassy on stream. I don't know what that's about.
Do you get nervous?
Nervous gas?
Yes.
Hey. Well, all the beautiful people on stream, it's hard not to be intimidated. Oh, I should actually move the camera so you guys can see me when I'm working down here. Yep, I need to swap over. Whoop, 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 whoop. Camera juggling. So what's this called? There we go. Now you can see my face while I'm working. It's always a plus. Lizzie Bell is also doing Drawtober. She's doing Drawtober and she's doing, I don't know, Right-tober? something Tober?
I don't know. I don't think it has a word.
Yeah, I'm not sure that
Why?
it might. I don't know. I've never looked it up. It's not something that I had actually considered as an option.
Drawtober is a thing.
Ritober. There we
I
go.
Googled it.
Perfect.
It exists.
So she's doing Ritober as well as doing Inktober. I am doing Drawtober and Tatober. Or Tatuber. I think Tatuber is what I want to call it. I have seen some other tattoo artists doing like an Inktober type thing, tattoo art-tober, but no one has yet coined Tatuber, so I'm coining it now. And it's I like it as an interesting idea. But I really like the idea of what Lizzie Bell's doing, of the writing thing. If I could be more of a consistent writer, I potentially would do something like that eventually.
But that's the whole point. You do it because it makes you consistent.
I know. But I also have a billion art things to do, so...
You do. You've got more than enough on your plate.
I do.
I definitely don't have other things I should be doing.
Speaking of...
Yes, I have an assignment I need to do.
When's that due? Oh, that's plenty of time. Week and a half, that's not plenty of time. Sorry, Lava. That wasn't meant as a call out, that was just
Well, it was.
reminding you.
No, it's fine, I know. I am aware. I am painfully aware.
Okay, good. Good. This is how we support each other. We remind each other that things are happening. And then we guilt the other into doing the thing. On occasion when we need to. Such a weird addition to this playlist. Don't dislike it, it just always strikes me as odd. Not expected. I'm enjoying the chill vibes of this this playlist. I do think that we need to find like a sort of dreamy lo-fi playlist as well for when we're just really not feeling it. But at the moment, I'm not minding the kind of like chill, jazzy. What would you call it? Piano vibes?
I cannot hear that. Put the screen down because
Ah.
I'm hearing you in person.
That's fair. Yeah, that's reasonable. It's like that like, you know, barroom jazz, or like I don't know what you call it. Piano Man vibes. Because it's not quite jazzy. There's a bit of a jazz to it, but it's not like full-on jazz. And it's definitely not classical. I don't know what to call it. Like, it's not quite swing either, because it doesn't have the tempo. Some of this is definitely swing that is on the playlist, but the stuff that's on at the moment is not too bad. Yeah, anyway. It's got that, like, nice, relaxed Not demanding too much of you.
Sorry.
This is a bit more jazzy. This is a bit more like swingy. But this is like electro stuff as well, so. But I do like that kind of music, so that'll be why I enjoy these playlists. I mean, I did make them, so I'd hope I enjoy them. Hey, it's looking good. It's looking good. We need a really light brown to cover our stalks, the stems of these mushrooms. Mushrooms are awesome, by the by. If you don't know much about mushrooms, you should go and learn some, because mushrooms are fucking awesome. Mushrooms are way more fascinating than we give them credit for. I think this is the lightest brown I'm going to get out of this. So let's do this and we'll mix it with a little bit of the grey, I think. Yeah, so the things we think of as, like, there's probably a whole bunch of people who already know this, but like the things we think of as mushrooms are actually not the whole mushroom. That's just the fruiting bit at the top. They'd be like the fruit or the flower that comes out the top. It's what mushrooms use to pollinate and to send their spores out and reproduce. Which is kind of ironic because they look like phalluses, so hey. But the bulk of a mushroom is actually the mycelia, which is the like very, very tiny strands of mushroom bit that live underground, and they can stretch for, kilometers, miles. Some of the biggest organisms in the world are thought to be mushrooms because they live in these kind of like colony clusters, which is all one big mushroom. It's all one lot of mycelia that's all joined together, and that like all acts as one singular organism, and then it just fruits throughout a whole forest or throughout a whole area, and they can stretch for like many, many kilometers of this like singular organism. And there's weird arguments around, how much of that is actually one organism versus a colony of organisms working together. But it's pretty well defined at the moment as being a singular organism. So that's funky. Love that idea. Oh, dying a little.
Don't do that.
Trying not to. Alright, here's where it gets interesting. So, we now need to work out what we want to do for our blues. I think this, we have lavender as an option. lavender down here. And then we've also got this violet, which is like a more vibrant version of the same color. I'll show you what I mean here. Boop, boop, boop. There you go. So these are our two color options. This is where we're at so far. It's looking nice. Looking good, looking good, looking good. Where we're at, 40 minutes. Yeah, that's about right. This is about as much effort as we've put into the orange thus far. So clearly it's going to take a little bit longer to do extra on here. So we've got a dark blue, we've got cobalt blue, we've got peacock blue, and we might put in a little bit of the light blue. And we'll see which of these we want to do just to contrast against these two purples, I guess. One of them is literally violet, so violet and then a purple. So this is our cobalt, this is the darkest of our blues, which is still not, it's not the darkest, but it's the darkest that I want to use. Still pretty bright. Then we've got our light blue there, which is nice. It's a little bit more faded in color, in vibrancy, so I'm not sure I want that one. This is our peacock blue, which should be lighter but more vibrant. There it is. It is. Alright. I don't think we want the light blue, because that's too grey. We don't like that. We want something a little bit more vibrant. I think we want the violet rather than the lavender. The lavender's a bit washed out. So we're going to put the violet, the lavender back and keep the violet. And we might merge the cobalt and the peacock together. Yeah, I think that's a decent option. Alright, so we're going to put in our splotches. Our violet splotches. Because we're going to have these be like mottled mushrooms rather than like a proper mushroom, I think. Or do I want to do that? I'm going to do two plans, two little plans down here, and I'm going to show you the difference, and we'll see which one we like best. So we've got like this. Hey, Cog! Oh, and a hydrate. Live for 40 minutes. That's alright, you don't have to be here. You watch when you want to watch, man. No fuss. No fuss. And then the other option we have is this kind of like... You're a terrible mod. How goes the sexy mushrooms? The sexy mushrooms are going really, really well. You're not a terrible mod. You don't have to be here if you don't want to. If you don't have the moods. Yeah. Lizzie Bell is being a great mod, so you can take the day off if you need it. I was considering needing it, but I have to do this. I committed. I'm committing. Commitment. Alright, so we're putting in these tiny mushrooms down the bottom just to give you a vibe for what this is going to look like, potentially, if we go down either route. It's going to be a little harder to see detail-wise on this second one, because it's a little bit more intricate because it's trying to look more realistic. I'm not sure realistic is particularly the vibe we're going for, but I wanted to give the option because you know, I like options. Options are cool. Nothing wrong with options. Leftover pizza, very good. Brake runner, yeah. Alright. So here's the options, ladies and gentlefish. Oh, there we go. So we can either have the one on the left, which is like a spotted cap with these kind of big splotches. We could have one that's much smaller splotches, or we could have one that's more like a realistic one where the dark color comes from the bottom and the top and sort of fades into the other colors. The other mushrooms we have, you really like the fading one? Okay. The other ones we have are pretty realistic. So if we went with the realism option, the fading one is the realism option. Well, we can start a poll. We can go poll. Nope, that didn't work. Poll. Create a poll. Here we go. Create a poll. Which mush? Big spots. Little spots. Faded realism. Alright, there are your options, ladies and gentlemen. There's only the three of us here, so see how we go. We've got one for faded realism.
Vote?
I can vote.
Will you vote?
Probably not. I'll tie break if I need to tie break.
Perhaps you won't need to.
Perhaps I won't need to.
Don't know where Cobb went. His vote.
Well, the stream's delayed, so probably should have set it for more than a minute.
That's a fair point.
Well, it might be too late.
Does that mean that I get to make the final decision? With my vote?
We're finding out. Which mush? Faded realism. There we go. Alright, well let's do the realism thing then. Happy with that as an option. How do I want to do this? I have slain the creature. How do I want to do this? Alright, so from the top we're doing like little speckles that lead into like these funky lines. So the idea I have with this is like the top outermost layer of the mushroom cap is this kind of like darky purple color, and then underneath is the blue that's showing through. So if you've seen, I mean most mushrooms really, but like any of the like brown caps or milk caps, they have like a lighter, whiter skin texture, flesh texture underneath, and as they grow, they kind of crack open a little bit on the tops and on the sides, and so they leave this like faded color in between. That's sort of what we're going for with this style, with this kind of slightly more realism style. So we're going to have this kind of like stippled thing at the top here, like that. Oh, I'd love it if the detail of this camera would pick up. I just don't want to have to constantly set the focus myself, because it would just be annoying as hell to fix. Anyway, moving on. I can show you in a second what I mean. But yeah, so this kind of like cracked texture at the top here. Going from one to the other, and then we'll do this sort of the same down the bottom here of like some texture coming up from the bottom. And then sort of blue fleshy underneath. And then we're going to go over this with pencil just to get in some of the extra detail lines underneath the very strong, vibrant color that we've got building here. Hey, it's looking pretty good. Oh, pardon me. Got them bean burps. I had baked beans with sausages this morning. They were so delicious. Definitely what I needed after drinking. Wasn't even hungover. Like, not in a like, oh, you know, my head, blah, 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 I need greasy food. But just something really satisfying about after drinking having a really hearty, filling meal. It's that kind of like comforting vibe. The tea definitely helps. Being with my love definitely helps.
Oh, love.
Alright, so now we're going to put our blue in. Oh, wrong side. So I'll lift this up a little so just so you can see. So you can see we've got this kind of like speckle thing at the top where it's cracking open and then leaving the inner section a little bit more vibrant blue. Which is actually kind of the reverse of how it would work. But I want my darker detail to be on the tips, because otherwise the whole thing will look too dark. So actually, realistically, what this is that the flesh is purple, and the skin is like a bluey color. In reality. But I'm basically just inventing a mushroom right now, so doesn't matter if it's realistic. Just matters if I like it. And I do. Like how this looks. Oh, I love how you look. I did. Apologies, ladies and gentlemen. We are just the most obnoxious and ridiculous, and we're going to continue to be so forever. So if you're hanging around, you're gonna get a lot of that. So sorry, not sorry. Basically. We are very happy being who we are and where we are in our life. I hope very much that you all one day get to that point if you are not already. If you are already, congratulations. Because I know there's not a lot of people in the world who do get to that kind of like very comfortable position in where they are. But I am super happy where I am at the moment. The only way it could be better is if I was a tattoo artist, and even then, I'm not sure that would make it significantly better. I think at the moment, I'm pretty well as happy as I'm gonna get.
Aww.
Bleh.
You might surprise yourself and find things that make you happier anyway.
Oh, I might. It's possible.
Like being a tattoo artist.
Like being a tattoo artist. Or being a full-time art streamer.
Or just a full-time artist.
Full-time artist, yeah, that as well. All of those could bring some significant happiness. But I think at the moment I'm pretty well good with how happy I am.
Yeah, I know.
You know, short of minor things that could improve, being closer to friends and family and you know those kinds of things. But really, these last few weeks have been fucking amazing. And I'm very happy with how they've gone. So, nothing to complain about here. That being said, about to go back to teaching, so who knows?
Something to complain about here.
Could all fall apart from there. Trying to keep positive. Trying to think that, yeah, it'll be good. It's a different school. Things could be better. But we'll see how we go. Yeah, how I know I'm really not cut out for teaching as a thing, as like even as an idea really, is that as opposed to being, you know, like cautious and excited, or like anxious but excited about the upcoming school week that I've got. Because I have almost a whole week worth of teaching days set up, which is good money. I have anxiety and worry that things won't go well, or that I'll be unhappy or burnt out or whatever. So that's how I know that I don't want to be in teaching for too much longer. And I'm working my way out of it. So don't feel sorry for me. I'm doing a lot better than some other people are doing. But it's very clear to me that teaching is not for me. And if you feel that way about your career, you should possibly consider that maybe you're not supposed to be in that career either. And that there might be a better place for you to be, a more comfortable position for you to be in, somewhere else. But I also do understand that I am very lucky to be in the situation where I'm in, that I can just occasionally not work as hard, because my beautiful lady love is the breadwinner in our household, and I am very happy of that fact, because I enjoy being a house husband. I enjoy doing the housework and looking after our daughter and looking after, you know, the various things that come with the house. Making sure that everything runs properly, making sure that...
Which is great, because I hate housework.
Yeah, all the things are collected and done, that, you know, bills get paid for and stuff like that. I do not mind at all that kind of maintenance thing. What I don't enjoy is standard work. The 9 to 5 thing. I've done a lot of 9 to 5. And a lot of retail and a lot of, you know, career path stuff. And I hated pretty much every minute of it. That is not who I am as a person. So don't feel you have to fit into that thing. There's definitely an aspect of, like, to be in society you need to make money, and so sometimes you have to do jobs you don't like. That's definitely a thing. And I have made my peace with that in the past. But if you can get to the point where you have saved up enough money that you can get into a career you would prefer to be in, or if you're thinking that like, oh, you're going to be stuck in this shitty retail job forever, there are options, there are ways out, there are different careers. Like, it doesn't just have to be shit all the time. There is hope at the end of the tunnel. Promise. That being said, if you are hoping that someone's going to come along and be the hope at the end of the tunnel, the light at the end of the tunnel, the hope at the wherever, you do need to recognize as well that that other person has their own hopes and dreams and stuff, and you need to be equally supporting them back as they support you. I make a very strong point of trying to support all the people who support me. Because I don't want to be someone who takes advantage of other people, and also I super care about all the things that the people who care about me are interested in and, you know, want to do and be, and etc, etc, etc. So, all these things are a two-way street. Interesting reminder for the folk out there that there's got to be a little bit of give and a little bit of take, and as long as you are communicating your needs with the other person, generally speaking, you should be alright. Everything should go as it's meant to. But hey, that's just how it works for me. Your village may marry? Yes, words are hard. But yeah. There's also a lot of luck involved. Being born to a supportive family, finding a super understanding and supportive partner, being in the right place at the right time to get the job opportunities and the ability to do those things. All of these things are not as easy as said.
Did you just backwards the phrase easier said?
I did.
Okay.
Still means essentially the same thing.
Yeah, it does.
I know I've said this on stream before, but one of my favorite things is, I believe it's called a malaphor, where you merge two idioms together, and or taking an idiom and saying it like intentionally incorrectly. I love those things just because I like being hipsterish and difficult. I really should just accept that I'm a hipster, shouldn't I? It's kind of just who I am. I've resisted it for the longest time because like I know. But like I'm not. See, the problem is I don't fit in with a lot of the categories of hipster, and
that is because that's stereotypes of what a hipster is.
Yes, and that's it. Is like the stereotype of hipster has ruined the idea of hipster for me, and probably for a lot of other people as well. And so that's made it difficult to want to engage with the idea of hipsterism. I'm definitely hipster-esque. Thanks, Cog. And so, like, I then don't identify with all the things of hipsterism, and so I kind of relent and push back against the idea of it. But realistically, I am just a hipster, and I should embrace it more. I should embrace who I am. I should not rail against something that is within me. Be my true self. Start drinking craft beers. And
You don't even like beer.
and saying that everybody else liking something is terrible because I liked it first.
You're terrible.
Apparently I'm terrible, guys. Alright. Here's where we're at.
Ooh, it's very pretty.
I do like this. I think this is a better option of the, like, more realism. Because I think it would have been pretty stark against the... I just spat on my page. Oh.
Good job.
Thank you. I'm gonna have a drink of water. Hydrate, everybody. Self-care. Look after yourselves. Look after yourselves. Make sure you've had enough to eat, drink. Make sure you have a rest if you need one. Very important. Yeah, I am such a hipster. Listen to the music we're listening to. How could I even pretend?
You cannot pretend.
Oh. Terrible. Now, do we leave the background white or do we add in this kind of like brownie? I'll put it down here so you can see it. This kind of like, this kind of like brownie gray in the background. I think I like the white as well. Just hesitant to leave something without texture is the end problem.
Oh, I like it. I think the rest of the things should be the freckles.
Yeah, that's fair. Just putting in some texture lines. And these mushroom stalks. Can also use it to add in some shading, just to get some shadow on this one side. Add in some texture for our oysters. Oh, it's looking good. Super happy with this. Hey, cool. I think I want a little dash of blue or green. One of these. I don't think it's going to be the chartreuse, but I'll try it anyway. No, that's way too green. So it's not the chartreuse, it goes on that side. This yellow green I think is still going to be too, yeah, that's still too vibrant. Just going to put a little bit of blue green into these mushroom stalks. Again, a little bit as shading, and then a little bit just as color balance against the hyper vibrancy of the of those blue caps, because they're really tilting the palette in one direction. Luckily, we've got the oysters to offset them a little bit, which is nice. I think the image would look a little weird without them. Cool. All right. Pencils, and then we're done. How long have we spent on this? An hour and 20. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. Pretty late, but you know, it's not terrible. Sharpener. Okay, I actually need to empty my sharpener. Which is why I've got this Pringle can right here. Impromptu bin from last night as we were doing our tattoo stuff. It's always super handy to have a tiny bin around. If you can have a tiny bin, I would advise having a tiny bin. Oh, it's looking good. I am happy with this. Happy days, friends. Happy days. So, I was feeling a little flat this morning. And when I say this morning, I mean this afternoon, when I actually woke up. And now, I'm not feeling so bad anymore. Because art is my thing, which is what I was saying yesterday on the stream. That if you can find your thing, if you can find the thing that like doesn't always bring you happiness, but like is something that you need to do in your life to have happiness, it can help a lot, especially on the days when you're feeling a bit meh, because you can spend some time doing the thing and suddenly the world doesn't seem as bad anymore. It's part of your self-care, guys. Introspect, look at yourself, look at your life. See what is going on, what you need. Self-care for yourself, self-care for others. So that you can come out the other side of things better than you were the day before. Because it'll make you feel much better and much happier, which is super important. But also, you'll find that it makes your interactions with others significantly better too. And I think a lot of us don't do as much of that introspection, and a lot of that, you know, considering who we are and how we fit into the world as much as we should. Because it's super important. What is that bird?
A loud one.
It is a loud one. I don't mind it. I think it's kind of very nice in the background there. Just curious as to what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, if anybody can hear that bird in the stream, please do let us know what it is. I don't think you actually can hear that much. But if you manage to, let us know. It's like a boop 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 boop. Can't hear it on the stream? No, that's fine. That's alright. I wasn't actually expecting people to identify birds off the stream. We had considered starting an Only Burbs. And we probably will still do Only Burbs, I think, because it's just... Birds are important, and it's also a hilarious idea, which I kind of fell in love with. Only Burbs is an OnlyFans site for birds. And in a stroke of weirdness, I guess, is the right way to say that. We decided that we were considering doing that quite seriously, organizing a set of amateur birdists and bird watchers to get birdists to get together and create an OnlyFans account which had nothing but birds in it. Just like pictures of birds in various different locations. I don't know, we might still do that if, like, people get keen on the idea, I guess. I don't know, I thought it was funny. I liked it. I liked it as an idea. But I like a lot of stupid ideas, so... Hey! How you doing, Too Fat to Carry? Having a good... What would it be there? Morning? Very early morning? How you doing, buddy? Favorite people in the world. Thank you. You are too kind. We are doing pretty well. I was in a bit of a somber mood. Yeah, it's 1 a.m. Okay, there we go. Way too early in the morning. I was in a bit of a somber mood, I'll be honest. I'm not sure what that was about. But now I've perked up, now that I've done some art. And I'm feeling a lot better. So, we're all good. How have you been? You happy? We hope you're happy. Someone being mean. No, you don't need to beat anybody up, but thank you for the offer. It's much appreciated. You have some news. Okay, spill your news, buddy. Keen to hear it. You got me. Yeah. We appreciate that here. Looking after our own. It's important. You got the legendary game with your favorite music track of all time. Is this Crystal? Been procrastinating. Oh, Undertale! Hey, Undertale is an amazing game. If anybody has not played it before, you absolutely should. I have not played through the whole thing. I know you haven't played it. I'm going to make you play it at some point. But yes, it is an awesome game. And, like, the depth and versatility of that game is amazing. Like, based on how you do your run, it like, changes the whole story. Because you can do, like, pacifist runs, you can do, you know, like, hyper-violent runs, you can do all sorts of interesting things with it. Yeah, it is super, super cool. You've seen streams, but you've never played it. You're so excited. I am excited for you, man. I hope you're just, like, freeing up your weekend to play it. Because that's what I'd do. I'm super excited because one of the games I've been waiting to play forever has finally, well, not finally come out. It's coming out in the next couple of days. I can't stream it, unfortunately, for 9 more days because of the embargo. There's a what's it called? News embargo? I don't think that's right. There's a stream embargo for the next 9 days until the 11th of October. And then on the 11th of October, I'll be able to stream it to everybody. So I'm basically going to clear some time for myself and play it. Learn all the things I need to learn about the game, and then come back and show you all the awesomeness of this game. If it is indeed awesome. Because I've never actually played it, because it's a Kickstarter that I've looked at. But it is super beautiful. Oh, thanks. I appreciate that, man. Appreciate the support. Yeah, I am super keen to play it, and it is the prettiest game. Like, Undertale's got some pretty elements to it, but this game is, like, next level pretty. So, I'm super keen for that. And I can't wait to show it off to everyone. Alright, I think we're about done here. I think this is... You can be loud if you need to. Giggling away in the corner there. Yeah. So... we're pretty much done, I think. This is looking really good. This ink smudge is just going to have to live there. I guess we could try and lighten it. I don't know if that helps. I don't think that helps. We'll just leave it. It's fine. You posted a stellar playlist built by yourself. Post in the general Shiny chat, but don't listen to it on Twitch. You might get copyright striked. It's your nerd session playlist. Oh, all right. I might have to. That might have to be while I'm doing my tattoo stuff later. I'll just sit and listen to it. Yeah, I'm a little bummed that I can't just play whatever on stream, but I know why I can't do it. So I've kind of accepted it as a thing. So we're playing Epidemic Sounds, but I'm keen to hear it. You're always adding to it. Awesome. I love developing playlists. I love playlists that just get better and better over time. Okay, so this is where we're at. I'm going to bring it up so you can all see it better. Mushrooms! Yeah, so this is looking really good. I'm really happy with this. I'm just going to sign down the bottom, because I think this is actually worth signing, whereas my last one probably wasn't. And then we're going to go into raid someone else, I think, because we're all done here. Hey. Bad influence, doing illegal herbs and mushrooms. Yeah, mushrooms are great. Tasty, tasty mushrooms. Good for cooking. Definitely no drug suggestions or hints here. I think terms of service are probably alright with that kind of thing, but I don't know. I'll have a read into it and see what my my locals say about that. Because I'm pretty pro the exploration of materials, natural materials. Yeah, Mario. We're talking about Mario. Super Mario mushrooms. But I don't know what I can get away with at the moment, so we'll see how we go. But I'm, you know, if that's you, put it, you know, do you. Put it in your body if you want. All right, so This is day 2 of Drawtober done. Let's find someone to raid.
Or a lot of us are trying to. That's pretty. A lot of us are trying to do something for this one. What palette is that?
Oh boy, there is just way too much sexy art here. If that was in English, that'd be great, but it's not. Let's make English tag. There we go. They're doing some editing, so we don't want to watch them. Sorry guys, just let me find... Maybe this person. Kinda want someone who's doing Drawtober as well. Inktober Crystal Inks. Inktober Day 1. Alright, I'm just gonna quickly turn off background audio. So exciting. Just so I can have a quick listen of what people are doing, because I don't want to chuck you into someone who's not talking.
That's disappointing.
Alright, this person looks like they might be good. Okay, we've found someone who's interesting. They're doing Pokemon Inktober, which is right up our alley. So let's jump into there. She's back there singing Baby Shark, is she? Take stock audio, turn it off, and then we go raid, and we want to raid this person. Self-care, very good. This person has a follower and subscriber only chat, that's fine. I'm happy to follow to chat to them. I'm gonna chuck in my B raid because you should all be able to copy and paste this and raid with me. Oh, not inkwells. Bees. There we go. So when we jump in, won't let you join. It should automatically join in. Alright, so if you want to, you can copy and paste the thing that I've just put into chat, and then we're going to jump into the raid. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you have enjoyed day 2 of our Drawtober. We will be back tomorrow for more Drawtober stuff. Just says leave, but all you see is me. That's alright. I'm going to jump in with the... Don't click anything. I'm just going to jump in with raid, and you guys are going to automatically be dragged with me. Alright. Thank you very much. You're all awesome. I'll see you tomorrow. Love your faces. Look after yourselves, guys. Bye!